Hello! My name is Callista, and welcome back to Mass Effect 2 Legendary Edition. In the last episode, we had a chat with Samara. We learned that she has been hunting for the past 400 years an Ardat Yakshi named Morinth, who also happens to be her daughter. I am very intrigued by Samara. I find a lot of the companions in this game very intriguing. They have some very interesting problems. Now, before I go, I just want to double check that she doesn't have anything else to say.
I hope we can go to Omega soon.
Okay, no, this is just remind me what you wanted. Okay, fair dues.
I'll think about that. Meanwhile, I have to go.
Of course.
Okie doke. Hello. Oh, that's Edie. Okay, yeah. Yeah, a lot of our companions have their personal missions finally opened up. So yeah, I just want to take the time to collect them all.
Shepard.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, something's the matter?
Is there something wrong?
Yes. Now that you are here, though, it seems more difficult to talk about.
Oh. Yeah, is this relating to your illness?
Are you feeling sick? I could get the doctor.
No. Though I suppose that is a part of it. My mortality has me dwelling on things. I had a family once. I still have a son. His name is Kolyat. I haven't seen him for a very long time.
Oh. Yeah, what happened the last time you met him?
How long's it been since you talked?
10 years. He showed me some of his schoolwork and asked if we could dance crazy. We did that when he was younger.
Oh, what's that?
What sort of dance is that?
I checked my extranet contacts. I expect an update on my next target. The console plays music. Old. Unfashionable. Kolyat jumps into the room. My father runs around in circles. I scoop him up, toss him into the air. He shrieks, laughs, spin me. The console beeps. I put him down. Click the message. Father, he pleads. Tugs my sleeve. I need to read this, I say. I don't look at him.
Whoa. Okay.
Did something happen to them?
I abandoned them. Oh, not all at once. Nothing dramatic, no sneaking out in the middle of the night, no final argument or slammed door. I just did my job. I hunted and killed across the galaxy. Away on business, my wife would tell people. I was always away on business.
You never mentioned this before. Why now?
When my wife departed from her body, I attended to that issue. I left Kolyat in the care of his aunts and uncles. I have not seen him or talked to him since.
Oh. I'm drawn to this. On one hand, he's an assassin. He's an assassin. Are you really gonna take a child with you? When you've got that kind of work? Like, no, you're not. But still, as an abandoned child, part of Naomi's backstory is that I think she was 13 and she went back to, the apartment where her and her mum were living, and, they had been evicted, they hadn't been paying rent, and her mum was just nowhere. Her mum had dipped and just left her there. She was too much of a burden. So she just, right, nope, I've been evicted, I'm taking my shit, I'm leaving. And she never informed Naomi of that. She just up and left. Naomi came home and was like, Where's all my stuff? Where's my mum? She's gone, kid. She's gone. Get out. Get out. Leave the building. And that... that hurt. That hurt like hell. On one hand, it has made her into the woman she is today, and Naomi likes who she is for the most part. Naomi wouldn't change anything. It doesn't mean that that didn't hurt. It doesn't mean that she's like, oh, thank you, mother, for abandoning me when I was 13 and making me homeless. Thanks for that. Ooh. So this kid had just lost his mum. His dad was already absent. And then he just completely dips out of his life. Go live with your aunt and uncle. Go live with them. I'm drawn to this. I'm drawn to this. I think it would... I think it would trigger some of Naomi's old emotions from back when she was 13.
You never went back? That's pretty damned irresponsible of you.
I told myself it was to spare him the knowledge of my body's actions. Lately, I have thought. I have reconsidered that. I used my contacts to trace Kolyat. He has become disconnected. He does what his body wills.
You'll have to explain that one to me.
Disconnected. The body is not our true self. The soul is. Body and soul work as one in a whole person. When the soul is weakened by despair or fear, when the body is ill or injured, the individual is disconnected, no longer whole.
Okay.
What's wrong with him? Is he hurt?
Something happened that should not have. He knows where I've been, what I've done. I don't know his reasons, but he has gone to the Citadel. He's taken a job as a hitman. I would like your help to stop him. This is not a path he should walk.
Oh. He discovered what Daddy's been doing all this time and thought, well, if it's good enough for him...
You don't hire a raw rookie for a contract killing.
I'm afraid someone may have seen we share a name and assumed we share skills. I don't know why he would accept the task.
You don't think he's trying to emulate you?
To be closer to you, maybe?
That thought haunts me more than any other.
He could have asked for it. I mean, we don't know this person. To be fair, Thane doesn't know this person. He hasn't spoken to his son, what did he say, for 10 years? Yeah, I don't think that Naomi would want to speculate on Kolyat's motivations. Her one thought would just be like, oh, well, he probably wants to do what you did. You abandoned him. And he's discovered, oh, that's why father was always away. That's why he was always away. He was an assassin. And you're either going to go one or two directions. You're either going to go all in and decide, right, I'm going to follow in his footsteps to try and be closer to him. Or you're going to say, right, I'm going to join the police and I'm going to hunt assassins because fuck that. In Naomi's case, she went the opposite way. Her mum was extremely flaky, extremely irresponsible. She was constantly high off her tits, always drunk, always falling into relationships, constantly saying, oh, he's the love of my life, he's the love of my life. How long have you known him? 4 hours. You know, she was constantly all... That was her mother's life. And as an adult, she's gone the complete opposite way. Right, I'm going to live a life that is extremely structured. Yeah, I party hard when I get the opportunity, but for the most part, I live a very structured, regimented life.
Thane, I don't have your contacts, and I don't have your tracking skills. Why do you need my help for this?
I don't need your help. I want it. The last time I saw my son, they wrapped her body in sea vines. Weighted it with stones. He tries to pull from me, calls for her. The hammer lift her off the platform. They sing like bells. The fire has gone to be kindled anew. He begs them not to take her away.
They let her body slide into the water. He hits me. Don't let them. Stop them. Why weren't you...
Rains. It always rains on Kaje. Warm water pours down his face.
I guess Thane just has a fantastic memory. Flippin' heck.
I didn't mean to make you relive that.
Perfect memory. It is sometimes a burden.
Ah, okay.
What made him go to the Citadel?
Years ago, I prepared a package for him. A relic of my ill-spent life. I had Volus bankers store it, and arranged for delivery when I died. He acquired it early. I don't really know how. I did wet work on the Citadel around the time his mother died. That may be why he went there.
God, this would be making Naomi feel some feelings. First we had that email from Toombs, where he was basically like, I'm gonna kill you like the Cerberus dog you are. We interacted with Samara, where she was like, because I lived such a hedonistic lifestyle in my youth, that makes me think that having 3 Arda Yakshi daughters is, you know, my karma for that. And again, Naomi, she was quite hedonistic in her youth. And then, you know, she realized how fragile her life really was. And she was like, right, I'm going to try and pull myself together. I'm going to join the military. And now this, a guy has abandoned his kid, just like Naomi was abandoned by her mother. Yet, if I'm being honest, I think she's doing this more for Kolyat than for Thane. You know, as one abandoned child to another, yeah, you can't be doing this.
I'll get us to the Citadel as soon as possible.
Thank you, Shepard. I'll be meditating until you need me.
Okie doke. And just very quickly...
Shepard, is there time to visit the Citadel yet?
Okay, good stuff.
Not yet.
I shall return to my meditations.
Okay, don't worry. Don't worry. We'll get him.
I was just thinking about you. The Normandy runs so quietly. I'm not used to hearing my footsteps when I walk.
And considering how stealthy you are, I would imagine your footsteps aren't all that loud.
One of the girls in navigation thinks she might be pregnant. Even aboard a Cerberus vessel, life finds a way.
Where do you get this gossip from? Who's pregnant? Whose baby is it?
I have to say, that Jacob... he seems pretty intense. I wonder if he likes Japanese girls with a penchant for kleptomania.
If you want to take up flirting with him, be my guest, please. Naomi always sounds so thirsty. She's again. I am adamant. She is actually looking out the window and she's seeing the blue light go past, and she's having flashbacks to the time she spent with Liara, and that's why she sounds so thirsty. She's not focusing on Jacob. She's focusing on Liara in her mind's eye. Like that's why.
Come back later. I'm sure I'll have more to talk about.
Okie doke. Sure thing, Chuck. Sure thing. Again, anything? Any gossip?
Weren't you originally stationed on Horizon?
Yes. If I hadn't joined Cerberus, I'd be abducted by the Collectors right now.
Wow, you really dodged a bullet.
Yeah, I couldn't take that. They creep the hell out of me.
She hasn't dodged a bullet. She hasn't dodged a bullet because one day Naomi will be back and she'll have her amazing pistol. You can't dodge those bullets. Please. Madam, quit. Quit, madam. Don't stay.
Commander, what can I do for you?
Yeah, anything new?
Do you have a minute, Miranda?
Of course. I'd been meaning to speak with you, in fact. I wanted to apologize. I didn't fully believe you'd be up to the task, and it seems I was wrong. Frankly, based on what I've seen, I wish Cerberus had recruited you earlier.
No, you haven't recruited me. You're holding me hostage.
I trust you, but I don't trust Cerberus. Your experiments cross the line.
All the time, yes. But I recall a Spectre who crossed a few lines while hunting down Saren and the Geth. And we'd be lucky to have you. Too many join us out of simple xenophobia. We need more people here for the right reasons.
No. Where is the option to say, y'all almost killed me on a cruise? Y'all killed all of my friends on a cruise. Where is that? Where is that? Oh. This is a good point. What about Jack? You tortured and experimented on a child? However, again, I think that Naomi's first thought would be what I lived through on a cruise. As that isn't an option, I think she's going to talk about the things she has seen.
I saw your bases years ago. You were using Rachni, Thorian creepers, even husks to make your own army.
The husks were already dead, the Thorian creatures were mindless, and the Rachni were abandoned once we understood their intelligence. We weren't breeding an army, we were breeding expendable shock troops for high-risk scenarios. How many soldiers died in Saren's attack on Eden Prime? How many would have lived if we'd had just a dozen Rachni soldiers on our side?
Yeah, and what about Jack? You're talking about expendable soldiers. Are you saying that children are expendable soldiers?
What was Cerberus trying to prove by experimenting on children like Jack?
A mistake, no question. Not mine. And one that was corrected once we discovered the extent of the experiments being performed.
A cruise. Y'all killed my friends. At times it feels like the writers may have forgotten that one of the backgrounds for Shepard puts them in direct conflict with Cerberus. It's great that we can bring up what we saw in Mass Effect 1. I just find it really odd that there isn't an option to say, Thresher Moors on a cruise? The torture of tombs for however many years? We literally just received an email from him! Like I said, I think the writers may have just forgotten that the sole survivor background heavily involves Cerberus. I think they've genuinely just forgotten that. And as we can't bring that up, I guess we have to flip this around on Miranda. You know, we've given our reasons for why we think Cerberus is scum. What do you like so much about them?
With your intelligence, you could have landed any job you wanted. Why choose this?
Because I still envy the time Morden spent with the Special Tasks Group, working with people as smart as he was. Cerberus never tells me that something is impossible. They give me my resources and say do it. And they've given you even more. A new life, a new ship, the elusive man's personal attention.
Y'all did not ask for Naomi's consent? Naomi would quite happily have remained dead. I'm just putting that out there. If Naomi had the chance, if she was stood at the pearly gates and they were saying, right, y'all can either remain dead or you can have a new chance at life, but you'll be on board a Cerberus vessel and they'll be the ones responsible for bringing you back. Naomi would have said, I'm entering heaven, bye bitches. The Reapers and everything, that's your problem now. Ta-ta. Like, she would have never consented to this. She never would have consented to this. Y'all captured her in a moment when she physically couldn't say no because she was literally dead. And say, oh, well, you should be grateful. We've given you a new life, a new ship. The elusive man's personally, paying attention to you. And Naomi's just like, I never fucking asked for this. Kill me then. Kill me then. If y'all are gonna hold this over my head, just kill me. I would rather that than be here. Is this a flirt? This seems like a flirt. Oh, Cerberus has given you even more, none of which she asked for. I'm gonna keep saying that. You've been given a new life, a new ship. Oh, and I've been given you. That sounds like a flirt to me, and... how do I put this? Naomi isn't against starting a relationship. As I said, she isn't in love with Liara. She's not like, oh, I can't start a relationship with anyone because Liara is the love of my life and she's elsewhere. She's like, hey, I really respected Liara. We had a thing going. It was 2 years ago. I don't know if she wants to continue with that. I've still got some lingering emotions surrounding it. And right now I'm in a real bad mental, like that's what's holding her back. It's not that she's in love with Liara, it's that she's in a really bad place mentally. And to be blunt, even if she wasn't in a bad place mentally, she views Miranda as a groomed child. She doesn't want to fuck a groomed child. I think her intentions towards Miranda they're purely familial. In a way. I think that Naomi views Miranda and Jack in very similar ways. She's like, y'all were both fucked up as kids, and now you've grown into slightly fucked up adults. When I was a kid, I had Skylar. I had her looking out for me and acting as a sort of parental figure. And I think that's what Naomi wants to be for both Miranda and Jack. She wants to be almost like a big sister type figure. So yeah, this sounds like a flirt. I think she'd rather direct it onto Miranda. Miranda keeps saying like, oh, you should be so happy, you should be so happy. You've been given all of this shit, none of which she asked for, and she would happily be dead, but like, whatever. You've been given all of this shit. I think Naomi would turn it around and say, well, you sound really unhappy. Tell me about that.
What, you disapprove?
No. I'm just impressed. You're... well, look at you. A kid from the slums of Earth. No family, little formal education. And you've done more than I could. Despite everything my father did to make me perfect, you're the best humanity has to offer.
Yeah, this is... it's a major point of contention for Miranda. She was designed to be perfect. She thinks that none of her achievements are her own. And then she looks at Naomi, who, like, a kid from the slums of Earth, with no real formal education, and yet she's been able to do all of this amazing shit. Naomi really does perfectly contrast with Miranda. Miranda was given everything, but it always came with strings. She was designed to be perfect. Naomi is pure chance. Naomi doesn't even know who her father is. There was no, like, oh, we need to make sure that this baby gets the best start in life. We need to make sure that they're of good genetic stock, this, that, and the other. Naomi is a pure fuck-up. A pure fuck-up. Probably a one-night stand gone wrong. By which I mean, you know, like, pregnancy, not out darker. But she is here through pure luck, and she has achieved amazing things. No wonder Miranda keeps thinking, like, hey, if the random kid from a slum could do all this, yet me, who's been designed to be perfect, I haven't achieved as much. Like, what? Like, do I deserve anything? Are any of my successes mine?
You always bring up your genetic tailoring. It really bothers you, doesn't it?
This is what I am, Shepard. I can't hide it. The intelligence, the looks, even the biotics. He paid for all of that. Every one of your accomplishments is due to your skill. The only things I can take credit for are my mistakes.
That was quite a Mary Sue-ish line. The intelligence, the looks, even the biotics, he paid. That, the first part, especially the looks, that was rather Mary Sue-ish, but I still understand her point. Again, I'm having flashbacks. I'm having flashbacks to various sci-fi fan fictions I've read. They're so mean to me because I'm so beautiful. But I was designed to be beautiful. Life's not fair for pretty people. Like, I'm having flashbacks. That line gave me some flashbacks, but Like I said, for the most part, Miranda is a very well-written character. She has aspects of her that I'm like, ooh, that's a real common Mary Sue sci-fi trope. That's a real common Mary Sue sci-fi trope. But I get what she's saying. The whole of her speech wasn't Mary Sue. It's just that one line where I was like, oh no, thank you. Here's the thing. Yeah, you were given. I'm sorry you feel that way. Fuck off. You were given all of these things, but what you have done with them, that's all you. Yeah, you might have been given an amazing starter hand, but how you've played the cards, that's all on you.
You're not coasting on good genes, Miranda. Your ability and your dedication speak for themselves.
Thank you, Commander. I appreciate that. I should get back to work, but thank you for coming by.
Oh, it was nice chatting with you. It was really nice chatting with you.
Commander, what can I do for you?
Anything else?
Do you have a minute, Miranda?
There's a lot to do, Shepard. Maybe another time.
Okay, fair play. Fair play.
I'll let you work.
Of course, Commander.
You can open up. Now then, Garrus, old buddy, old pal. Although, ooh. You know what? I've only got about 4 minutes left on my timer. Let's read some codex entries. Aha! Excuse me.
The Krogan homeworld boasts extreme temperatures, virulent diseases, and vicious predatory fauna. Around 1900 BCE, the Krogan discovered atomic power and promptly instigated many intraplanetary wars, sending Tuchanka into a nuclear winter. With most of their industrial base destroyed, the Krogan entered a new dark age, and warring tribal bands dominated. Populations remained low for the next 2,000 years. First contact with the Solarians made resurgence possible. Krogan brought to less hostile planets bred exponentially and returned to reconquer their home. They built vast underground shelters to shield themselves from surface radiation, which proved prescient during the Krogan rebellions, when many of them isolated themselves in a vain attempt to avoid the genophage. Convinced they could outbreed the genophage, they transmitted it into more than 90% of the sealed bunkers. Today, Tuchanka's population is sharply limited, and while individual Krogan are long-lived, the genophage ensures few replacements.
Damn! So if the Krogan, from what I'm getting here, if the Krogan had remained slightly separate, they could actually have beaten the genophage, but because they were, we need to outbreed this, everyone started fucking, and they transmitted it themselves to the sealed bunkers. Damn! Flipping heck. Okay, nothing else it seems. Okay. Oh, I do believe. Asari Ardat Yakshi. Ardat Yakshi, Demon of the Night Winds, are Asari suffering from a genetic disorder preventing conventional melding of nervous systems during mating. Instead, Ardat Yakshi electrochemically ravage their partner's nervous systems, in extreme cases leaving victims as vegetative invalids or corpses. Asari psychologists regard this incapacity for mental fusion as preventing the development of empathy, leading to psychopathy. There is no known cure. The disorder generally begins in infancy, reaching full pathology during maiden adolescent sexual development. While seductive and sexually driven as other Asari, Ardat Yakshi are congenitally sterile. Ancient Asari mythology held Ardat Yakshi as gods of destruction, depicting them as villains of countless legends and as the anti-heroes of numerous Asari epics. Contrary to popular belief, Ardat Yakshi are neither extremely rare, around 1% of Asari dwell on the AY spectrum, nor are they all murderers. Most cultivate and discard countless exploitive or abusive relationships during their legally marginal lives. Despite rumors of Ardat Yakshi syndicates, by nature, Ardat Yakshi are incapable of long-term cooperation. As a disproportionately wealthy species, Asari employ their economic reach and media ownership to hide the AY pathology from the galactic community, placing most Ardat Yakshi in monitored work programs or seclusion. Only the most aggressive cases are sentenced to sanitaria and prisons, or to the execution lists of Justicars. Very interesting. And doesn't look like there's anything else. Okay. Okay, Systems Alliance military jargon. Ashore. When a ship's crew leaves the vessel, they are ashore. Though normally used regarding planets, it can refer to boarding a space station. Away. When a ship releases the equipment tethering it to a space station or surface dock, it is away. Aye aye. The proper way to acknowledge an order. If told to attack, the correct response, there goes my timer, the correct response is aye aye sir. If asked, are you proud to be a Marine? The correct response is yes sir. ASAP, pronounced ASAP, an acronym of as soon as possible. Belay, stop, cease. Bridge, the navigation center of a spacecraft, where the steering is done. Captain's mast, non-judicial disciplinary proceedings by unit commanders. Kick, combat information center, the command center of a spacecraft. The kick is filled with sensor displays to make sense out of the chaos of combat. DC, damage control, the containment and repair of damage to a spacecraft. ECM, electronic countermeasures, used to avoid enemy sensors, from passive emissions masking to active jamming. EVA, extravehicular activity, time spent in a pressure suit outside of a vehicle, spacecraft, or station. Flank, the flank is the side of a military formation. Since the soldiers are facing elsewhere, an enemy that can attack on the flank can often turn it or roll it up. FNG, freaking new guys, a derisive term for inexperienced personnel. Groundside, the surface of a planet. Helmsman, the crew member who pilots a craft. Radar, light amplified detection and ranging, an active sensor that bounces lasers off an object to determine its bearing and distance. Radar has sufficient resolution that the data can be reconstructed into an image. Shore party, spacecraft crew sent ashore on official business. Silent running, an old submariners term used aboard the Normandy to denote when stealth systems are active. SITREP, abbreviation of situation report, an evaluation of the current military situation. Spacer, someone who has spent most of their life in space. XO, executive officer, the second in command of an Alliance warship. The XO is responsible for administrative and personnel matters. Okay, good stuff. Lovely jubbly. In the next episode, we're going to go have a chat with Garrus, but until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.